Hi, good morning. Oh, sorry, good evening.
Good evening, Toastmaster Ismail.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Breakout rooms is available. Yes. So,
Good evening,
good evening, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Toastmaster Sudhakar.
Arif,
Yes, boss.
I'm going to make you host. And okay, I should make you co-host, huh?
Co-host, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Can you spotlight this camera once?
This one? Yes, wait. Spotlight. Right?
Yeah.
Then after this summarize, we can
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Toastmaster Patagaramanji. Good evening, Toastmaster.
Good evening, team Patabiji. Good evening, Toastmaster Resmi. Good evening, Toastmaster Shankar.
Okay.
So, sorry, say again, Toastmaster Sudhakar.
Can you spotlight the stage?
Spotlight the stage, but I cannot see the stage. Which camera is that?
It is done already. It's in spotlighted mode only.
No, we are spotlighting the audience, right?
Yeah, the TM Sudhakar was finished, you know.
Hi, DTM Sujith.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Ji.
Oh, good evening, sir.
So you are also part of the team. Hi, Rashmi and Shankar. And who is
Shahana. Online, I don't know. Shahana is joining, I think, offline, right?
Yeah, Shana is going to come here. Online, who is going to be with us? Rashmi.
I don't know. Let me check.
Rashmi, Shankar, and Shahar.
Shana is going to come here.
Shahar is going to come here. But she's supposed to be one team, right? She will open her mobile and speak to them. That is possible.
Yeah, she has to open her mobile and speak. She is also part of.
For a few minutes, 5 minutes break only. She gives her mobile. Remaining all she can give.
Yeah, we'll give 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yes. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
They should be able to see also.
Yes. Email address FTC. Even though I know I could not.
You don't have a point. How will who will speak for and huh? What if someone is having you? Point. Sudha is having, yeah. Just because. I don't have it. Not that. No.
Toastmaster Arif,
Yes, boss.
you have started recording, right?
No. I thought you, because when I join itself, maybe automatically recording.
Yes, I think it started on auto. Okay. That's okay. I'll just
Join
check the setting. Yeah, because I was about to start and then I realized it's already going on.
I think they change the setting to automatic. As soon as you open the meeting, it starts.
Right. So if I can check with the participants, did you receive any message saying recording is activated?
Yes,
Yeah, as
yes,
soon as
that's
we
right.
join,
Okay.
it works.
Okay, then it must be something like on auto. Okay.
You don't know you're going to be four minutes. That will that will even be listened.
How many breakout rooms now? Only one, no?
Yes, I think. Yeah, you want to create the breakout room right now, or we should do it then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Master Shankar fully ready, geared up.
Yes, absolutely. It has been quite a while.
Rebuttal, you're doing the rebuttal or summarization?
Yes, I'll be doing the battle.
Great. Good luck.
Thank you.
So who would be the opening speaker? Toastmaster Resmi?
Oh, we have TM Reshmi. She has done extremely excellent preparation, I would say.
That's great.
Great.
It's gracious call.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So what is happening in the venue?
The mock debate is happening there.
Yes.
I think we
that's how
have
it
to wait till
works.
7:15, I guess. As per the agenda, we are about to start at 7:15. So like we have
Okay, no issues. Yeah.
maybe eight minutes more.
This in the physical session, it will be very nice feel to have that debate. We will be sent to the different room, then we'll be called as per the sequence. It gives a nice feel.
So let's see. I think the way restrictions are being relaxed, hopefully by next month we should have, like hotel we should be able to host more participants.
So, finger crossed.
Sorry.
We should arrange a bus and have one of the meeting in Dubai.
Yes.
Advantage.
Oh.
Meeting will start on time. It will end on time.
So I was just thinking my whole experience of Toastmaster is during COVID time. So I've yet to, meet in person and have some human interaction with the Toastmasters. Direct interaction.
Absolutely. Same with me too.
DTM Sujith,
Yeah,
how are you doing now? All well?
fine. Good.
Great. Good. Oh no, it's Toastmaster Sudhakar told that probably you were not doing well, so I was like.
Yeah, last meeting I was general evaluator, so I was not feeling well. So I told him like I will not be able to come and do the general evaluation. So 1 week, little health problem was there. Now I am perfectly all right.
Great. Good to
Yes,
see
sir,
you in
you
action,
look-
sir.
Yeah, you look pretty well. Very good, very refreshing. So good to see you.
Yeah, I had a good sleep also afternoon. That's why.
Oh, very nice.
That's the key.
Is that the team B sitting on the other side, 3 members? Casey, Chia, and 2 more?
Maybe yes, that's what they're discussing.
See, that means they're doing excellent preparation. Myself, Rashmi, and one more person, we are not at all. I think we should join the breakout session.
Go and discuss and come, no problem.
No issues.
So you want us to create a breakout room now, and we can invite you back?
Yeah, I think that will also be good. I don't know if you're planning to start exactly in 7:15, then we can wait. If you find there could be some more delay, then we can get into a breakout room and join back. What do you think, Rashmi?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
What else?
No, that we cannot put this not only this not.
So what you told actually, we have to create one breakout room, right?
Yes.
Um,
No, what I
Once the
said, if the
breakout room
meeting
is
is about
ready.
to start 7:15, then we can wait in this room.
Yeah, actually, but
Yeah?
Shahana is not joined, right? Shahana, where is she? She's not joined, and
No need of any breakout room at the moment. Once education session completed, then you can move into breakout room if it is really required.
Okay.
10 minutes break is there, by the time you can move on. Now we are going to
Okay.
start the meeting and there will be an education session.
Gotcha.
IVP, look at the disparity. Our opponent team, they are actively discussing and debating and preparing very well. And we remote team, we are handicapped.
Okay.
So that's why I thought, if there is any delay, probably we can also get into your preparation mode.
Can you spotlight the stage?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Let me spotlight. Somebody has a spotlighted, I think, audience too.
Me.
Okay. So now it's only spotlight is only on the stage.
I think I messed it up again.
What?
Can you spotlight me again?
Okay. Spotlight you again. So I did.
No,
you
did,
are on the
okay,
spotlight
okay.
right now. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Perfect. Seems good.
Can you hear me? Cable. Audio cable.
It's here, right?
Connected.
Stop.
Ismail, can you hear me?
Yes, audible.
But this is not working. Their voice should come from the top. Yes.
You have charge?
Yeah, it should come from the speaker.
Yeah. Can you speak again one more time?
Yes, it's clear.
You told?
What is the time again?
Time is 7:12 as per my clocks. It's 7:15 actually, as per mobile.
Yes.
Toastmaster Mahendra.
Yeah.
Have you signed in using okay, so are you using official account for the Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, because right now I received a message, I have been signed out. So I don't know. It's working, but
I signed it here.
yeah, so it said like you have signed in from a different account, so you are logged out. So I'm not sure if I'm still a host.
This is a Zoom account.
Okay, then you want to be a host, right? Just a minute.
Let me. Can you check if I'm a host?
Yes.
Hello.
And please make sure Arif is also host. Toastmaster Arif. So me and okay, perfect.
I think all are here now. Sudhakar is Mahendra is here, Shahana is here, Sujith is here, Sunir. Is Sunir online?
Toastmaster
You are a
Mahendra,
host.
there's a lot of echo right now somehow. I don't know, maybe the computers are pretty close.
Okay, Ismail, Saud Khan, Satish V, Rafi. Where is Rafi? You are here. Okay. Parag is coming.
You are
a host. Arif is here, Rashmi is here, Shankar is here, Patabi is here, Ashwini, Deepu,
Toastmaster Ismail.
and Toastmaster Shayab.
Toastmaster Ismail.
Two absentees, but they are not role players.
Yeah, no problem. We'll start.
We can start.
Now the echo problem is sorted out.
Is okay?
Yeah, it's clear now. No queue.
Yeah, no, okay. Great.
Toastmaster Ismail.
The last thing,
Yes. Am I audible?
the person going to speak is going to stand here.
Yeah, one more thing. Who is the timer?
And they will be able to see.
That's the reason. If they are here, they will be able to see.
And they will keep the paper, they will have to they hold it and.
Otherwise, we will shift it.
Yeah, then where will you keep it? This is focusing the audience.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We can put it on a table.
Mahindran. Toastmaster Mahindran. Who is the timer? Who is the timer?
Timer is Satish.
Here we have it. Mahi, we have a.
Echo. I'm just looking this.
Okay now? We do one thing. Shall we introduce the laptops? Shall we present the laptops? Fixed it.
Now it's okay, right?
Mute this one and we use that one.
No. Now it's okay. Toastmaster Ismail, you are the host.
Okay. Yeah, sound seems good. No echo now.
No echo.
Okay,
That's
Murasa,
fine.
no echo. Very good. Thank you. Let us start.
Just a minute.
First one, Shatavi.
Yes, Toastmaster Sudhakar. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Uh,
Shall we start the meeting or we wait for some time?
Toastmaster Sudhakar, the stage mic is mute, right?
No, it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The audience one is fine. Okay, this one was okay. Cool.
Yes. No.
Okay.
Unmute.
Sorry.
Mute. It's in mute, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll be able to see all the people, right?
Yes. Just Toastmaster Mahendra, you want to check like if the stages is still audible, because this.
We want to. Keep the paper and.
Toastmaster Ismail.
And the.
Yes, sir.
Can you spotlight Patabi?
Yes. Shall we start? Toastmaster Sudhakar, shall we start?
Here we go.
Keep it up.
You can talk.
Toastmaster Mahendra and Toastmaster Sudhakar, are we audible?
Yes. You are.
Okay. So Toastmaster Patabi should start or should we wait?
Yeah, we can start now.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome you all to Fujira Toastmasters Club meeting number 424. I am Toastmaster Patabi Raman, your Sergeant at Arms for this meeting today. Today we are going to have an exciting session on debate. We have an educational session by our senior distinguished Toastmaster. Also, there are some debates session also planned today. Most of us, we are familiar with our internal, in our house, many of us have debate on day-to-day basis. I'm not going to quote with whom, you know better. So I just start with a quote. it is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it. I repeat it again. It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it. This is not by me, by Joseph Joubert. So before we start the session, I just want to remind you all about our 4 core values of Toastmasters International, that is respect, integrity, service, and excellence. So I would like to remind you all about the club mission also. We provide a supportive, positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed with the main agenda, we need to respect the sentiments of this region. So please try avoiding talking taboo topics, that is religion, sex, and politics. I would like to request all of you to mute your mic throughout the meeting unless you are invited to make a speech. If your camera is on, please refrain from unnecessary movements which could be a distraction for the speakers or anybody in this room. With that, I would like to call our captain of the ship, Toastmaster Toastmaster Sudhakar, who is very famous for debating in many of the project meetings. So I'd like to take him forward for addressing this meeting. Join me to welcome Toastmaster Sudhakar. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patavi. That was a nice introduction for me. It is better to debate a question rather than settling for a question without debating it. What a wonderful quote. Very happy to hear that for the first time. I never heard it before. It's a learning for us today. Are you all ready for today's session?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Good answer. As it was already announced, we are here to have an educational session today by none other than DTM Sujith. Before we move on to the session, I would like to have a small question and answer session with you all. I hope it's okay for you. How many of you all are comfortable with driving? Any? I'm sure everybody here. That's good. Can you recollect your days when you were learning the driving? Very tough, right? Yes. So we are on that period, and we will have that path with a cakewalk with none other than DTM Sujith. He will prepare us for a debating session. I would like to welcome DTM Sujith to give his education session on debate today. Whatever we learn, initially, as I told you earlier, initially the period will be a difficult path. We will be afraid to move on, but we have guides, we have mentors to make our path easy. And of course, without much delay, I would like to welcome DTM Sujith to please come on stage and give his address.
Thank you. Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Sudhakar. We are here today for a purpose, that is a half-an-hour session. First, an educational session on the art of debate. Now, 1 second. Can we use the whole picture? Let me share the slide. Are you able to see the screen? Yes. What about those are online? Can you please?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Let's move on. Let's continue. So today what I'm going to focus is the art of debate. We all know what is debating. It's not something new for us. From our school days, we used to debate, argue. But what we do it in Toastmasters is in a different way than the academic style of debating. The debating will improve your confidence and also your knowledge and skill in public speaking. So let's move on how we can learn this art of debating in Toastmasters. Let's start. We have usually two teams, Team A and Team B, each team having 3 members, Speaker 1, Speaker 2, and Speaker 3. And we have Team B with Speaker 1, Speaker 2, and Speaker 3. And the Speaker 1 will build the case. That is what we call as the introduction. What we call as the introduction. The main importance is build the case. Who is going to talk, present the arguments is the speaker number 1. And we have second speaker, the intermediate speaker, we call it, what he does is the rebuttal. And we have the third speaker is going to summarize their stand, the team stand. So we have 3 speakers. The speaker number 1 is going to build the case. Second speaker is going to rebuttal. Is going to rebuttal the speaker number 1. The second speaker is of team A is going to rebuttal team B speaker 1, and the team B speaker 2 is going to rebuttal team A speaker 1. This is very important. Okay. So the speaker number 2, the responsibility to listen carefully to how they are going to build the case, how they are putting forward the arguments, and you have to identify the weakness in the speaker, and you have to make notes, discuss with your team members, and then you have to refute the argument. So the responsibility of the rebuttal speaker is purely 100% listening to make the notes and come up with to refute the argument of the speaker number 1. Now, this is a speech sequence. This is how it's going to happen. The first, the team A speaker, team A is for the motion. Team A is for the motion and team B is against the motion, right? We have a topic, it's already given to you. We will decide in the mock session who is going to speak. We will toss a coin and we will decide who is going to speak for the motion and who is going to speak against the motion. So who is going to be to team A and who is going to be team B, we will decide later. So the team A for the motion is going to start the debate session, is going to build the case for the motion, and the second speaker is from the team B going to build the case. So that we are going to listen for the motion and also against the motion, right? Now, the third speaker is from the team B going to give a rebuttal speech of team A. Clear? So the third speaker is from team B itself going to rebuttal team A. The fourth speaker is from team A going to rebuttal the speaker one of team B. And the fifth speaker is from the team B, is going to summarize their stand. And the final speaker is from the team A, going to summarize their stand as well. So that concludes the whole debate session. So this is the sequence, the speech sequence. This is how it's going to happen. It's clear. Team A going to build the case, team B going to build the case. Again, team B going to rebuttal team A, and again team A rebuttal speech, team B summarization, and at last team A summarization. So team A is going to start, team A is going to summarize at the end as well. Right. So let's see how it's going to happen. What is the strategy for this debate? The preparation is the key. Preparation is the key. The preparation not only for the motion, you have to study the case in detail for the motion as well as against the motion. Then only you will understand the topic. So the points you have to discuss, what you have to prepare for both the affirmative one and also the negative one. And then you have to come up with your argument, which is the right argument for you. Maybe there could be so many points maybe you can discuss, but which one is the best which suits so that you can convince the audience better. So those points you have to select. So you need to understand the case very well. So the preparation is the key. Now, build the case. This is the first speaker is going to introduce the topic and their stand. So first thing is state your team's position on the subject. So that is for the motion. So you have to state your position on the subject. Secondly, identify the main elements, that is the key points. Third, present your main arguments which you are going to select. Important point is restrict your argument to 3 or 4 elements instead of going to present 10 different arguments. So it is very difficult for the audience to follow, as well as the team also gets how the arguments you are going to convince with explanation, with supporting material, with example, with statistics. How you are going to support is very important. What is the logic behind this argument you have to convince? So you have to select 3 arguments, 3 or 4 maximum, better. Explain it with supporting material, with the statistics, what all things you can speak logically to believe that you are for that motion. Then you come to the second argument, explain, support with explanations, with a logical reasoning. If you argue without a logical reasoning, then that is a weak area for the opposite team to come up with rebuttal arguments. So you have to be very careful in arguing, putting forward your point and how you are going to logical reasoning with your supporting material is very important. And at the end, you are going to restate your position on the subject. So it's very simple, the structure where just like our normal speech, we are going to introduce, we are going to close. And we used to say that opening and the closing should match. So the same way, you are going to state your team's position in the beginning, as well as you are going to restate your position at the end, right? And you have your arguments should be logically reasonable. Logical reasoning should be there, and advisedly 3 to 4 arguments is for organization purpose. It will be very nice. So this is how now the building blocks. When you build your case, now the building blocks, there should be a link between that's the explanation goes like this. The explanation and logic should be there with an example. This example also should be it should be an obvious and salient examples you should give, so that everyone can relate to it. And link this example to the logic. How is going to support? So whenever you give example, how is going to relate logically with your argument should be there. And the second example, and another like follow primary example to show a trend pattern. For example, you have an example. Okay, and the second argument. So you should follow a pattern. There should be a link between the first one and the second one and the third one and the fourth argument. And with support and explanation, logically, it should follow a pattern, will be a very good organization of the speech. So, and then you link into your motion that this is why we believe that this is your belief in that affirmative statement. So this is how we are going to build the building block. This is how we are going to build the case. So it's very clear.
Yeah. Actually, I have one question. For the persons who is going to summarize the debate, okay, he's against the motion in the motions. So can he add something from his side?
Not at all. This is very important. See, the arguments of your team remain the same towards the rebuttal and towards the summary. You cannot bring in a new argument at the end.
So if it linked with eight examples, we already.
No, you are not supposed to bring in something. You cannot even add an example also. That we will understand. What is the summarization that we will understand. How we are going to do it. That will answer your query, right? So this you understood how we are going to do the case, right? So let's move on the rebuttal. This rebuttal is this is to refute by evidence or argument or to oppose by a contrary proof. So this is how we are going to rebuttal. You have to give some kind of evidence when you oppose an argument. And why you oppose? You instead of you are saying that you are wrong, you are not wrong. In that way, it doesn't stand. You have to explain with evidence that because of this one or two, these 1, 2, 3 reasons, your argument doesn't stand. We can't believe such things. It is not happening nowadays. So you have to the rebuttal speech in such a way that you need to have enough evidence to rebuttal the speaker's argument. The responsibility of the rebuttal speaker is completely to focus on the interactive part of the opponent team. Listen to the speech, make notes. So you have to identify what are their arguments, basically. The three arguments or 4 arguments, what are the arguments, and identify the weak argument or a weak explanation. Identify the weakness. Weakness could be from the argument, weakness could be from explanation, or maybe historical data which they give do not have the authenticity. You can talk about the authenticity. You said that this is published where, which date, or which magazine, which journal. It doesn't stand. When you give a vague number or something just to support, it doesn't. You can't believe where it is published. So you are confused. So your case doesn't stand. We can't believe your argument. In that way, you have to rebuttal, right? So you have to challenge the opponent's point of view with evidence and proof is very, very important. So identify the weakness and then come up with points where you can So if they have three main points, if you can just oppose these three arguments with proper evidence, then you are going to do a good job on rebuttal. And you are going to restate your stand as well. It is not like you don't believe on 1, 2, 3. Okay, you did the rebuttal, but again at the end you have to restate your stand, which is put forward by your team building the case. So you are going to reinforce and restate it so that the audience understand that they can believe that, and they are with you, and they believe that your case is standing, right? So it's clear on rebuttal. So here also you are not going to bring in a new argument. Here also you stand with the same argument, but you are going to rebuttal the opponent team's arguments. This is your responsibility as a rebuttal. Now pick 2, 3 key elements to rebut. Already we have like 3, 4 arguments are there. So you can just focus on 2 or 3 because you have a 3-minute speech again. So how you are going to rebuttal? If you take all the 4, if you are going to do it, it's good, well and good, but how you can, the timing is also very important. So try to choose 2 or 3 key elements. Spell out the key arguments for rebut. Focus on the target's argument. Okay, do not introduce any new arguments in the rebuttal. Restate team's position on the subject. Already I covered this point. It's clear. So even the rebuttal speaker are not supposed to bring in a new argument. This is very important. And then you have to restate your position and focus on the target's arguments. Now the last, the summarization. Again, at the summarization as a speaker, your responsibility is to state your team's position on the subject. Again, you are focusing on what you believe on. So you are going to start with your team's position on the subject and summarize the main elements of the team's arguments, which is your introductory speech, building the case. You are going to summarize those arguments, the 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and how it is supported. Again, you are going to summarize those main points, the arguments here, and you can include your team's rebuttal points as well, so that my rebuttal speaker has clearly refuted all the arguments of my opponent or the opponent's team. This is the kind of statements you should have in your summarizing speech. Okay. And do not introduce the new arguments in the summary. Restate your team's position on the subject. Let me answer your question. You have 2 minutes. How you are going to, if you do justice to all these points which the judges are looking into it, if you are going to bring in new point, then finish your summarizing this totally. Because you don't do justice, you have to state your team's position and also restate your team's position at the end. You're going to, in 2 minutes time, you're going to focus on the team's arguments and the rebuttal, everything together. You have only 2 minutes time. So you cannot bring in a new argument. If you try for that, then in the whole organization of the summarization will not be clear to the audience. So you're not going to summarize your arguments, your team's arguments at end. So it's clear.
So while summarize, can it be an evidence, extra evidence?
No. You will not get time. If you try finish, then you either see 2 minutes time, the Sadrinams will leave the class, and that's it. Then after that, what all things you speak will not be counted. So that means you didn't summarize in a proper way. So you have to, the time is very important, that you have to restate within 2 minutes time.
Not even a new quote also. If it is a quote also cannot be added extra.
No, you can add a quote in the end, or you can add a quote in the beginning.
Which we have not mentioned in the introductory.
No, but it is a single quote is fine, no problem. But if you're going to add it, quote is fine. State your team's position on the subject. You can start with the quote and then move on to your state your position. And then, but at the end, do not add a quote at the end. You have to restate your position at the end.
Yeah, the quote should be in line with the rebuttal or the introduction speech, then it's okay.
It's a single small one is okay. They're not, if you're going to explain that code and all, it's going to
Yeah,
be
if the
confusing.
meaning of the code is something different from
Yes,
his
yes.
own team members, then it is not.
Yeah. You can do it, but there's no harm, but that will not add value to your, to justice to your role as a summarizing speech. Now we will discuss on the judging, because it's a competition, what we do it. So what the judges are looking into it, if you understand it, then it will be very nice. Okay, fine. So this is just the judging sheet. We have content and delivery. These two parts. Content is 70 marks and 30 marks for delivery, which is explained in the next slide. Okay. The judging criteria for content, we have 70 marks for the content and 30 marks for the delivery. I will share the PowerPoint with you. We will make video so that we can just review it. And the judging criteria for the debate content is into three parts: 30 marks for debate content, which includes the structure, organization, and supporting material. The structure, organization, and supporting material, which we already discussed for each role play. For the rebuttal speech, I mean, the building the case, rebuttal, as well as the summarization, should follow. Organization should be very good organization with supporting material, so that there should be a structure. And value to the audience is 20 marks again. For it should be logic, it should be logical reasoning should be there for your argument, as well as the conviction and believability, where you bring in your the explanation and also the examples. Should the audience should be able to believe in, and they should be able to convince. So the value to the audience is 20 marks, and effectiveness is the team coordination between your team members, and opening remarks, rebuttal, and conclusion, how effective you are doing. So that is the effectiveness is the 20 marks. At the end, they used to say, "I rest my case," and with a strong affirmative stand, you should, this kind of words you should bring it in. And also, my worthy opponents, you should give respect to your opponent. My worthy opponent member, said, or he preferred this argument, saying that completely. So this is how you can use this kind of words. Okay, the next for the judging criteria, where the delivery 30 marks is usually on the voice and manner and correctness, where we look into the flexibility, volume, direct, enthusiasm, energy. So this is very important, and the grammar, pronunciation, word selection, the right word selection, everything is important. So these are the 30 marks on the delivery. Now the timing. We have 3 minutes to build the case. 3 minutes we have the rebuttal speaker, and we have 2 minutes for summarizing the case. So the timing lights will be as follows. The 2 minutes we have a green, and 2 minutes 30 seconds we have amber, and at 3 minutes we have red. The sergeant arms, the timer will start the clock, and the audience will follow the clock. So you got all things you are speaking after the clock will not be counted.
No grace period question.
No grace period. Okay.
10 seconds.
30 seconds, sorry, 30 seconds grace, and then we will start the clock. So sorry, the three, so here, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
10 seconds. Grace period.
Is 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
What are they?
So 10 seconds after crossing 3 minutes.
3 minutes, 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
So that will, the timer will start the clock, everyone will follow the clock. So the red light is there, that means your time is almost finished. You can just make sure that you have 10 minutes. So you can just add a sentence and you can conclude. You can speak, but that will not be counted. Right. So now it's end of my session. If you have any doubts, you can ask now.
But for a case, 3 minutes is enough. First speaker, one for a TV.
3 minutes, since in 3 minutes you have to complete it.
So you.
So that's why they say it's advisable to have 3 arguments. Because if you're going to speak 6 arguments in 3 minutes, how are you going to support? If that's a issue, the argument is not supported by an example or the conviction should be there. How we will believe your argument? So you have to convince the audience. So otherwise you would lose marks over there. Then if you add more arguments. So that's why the organize, that's why how the judging, but what the judges are looking into, it's not the number of arguments you put forward, how you are going to put forward your argument, how you're going to support, how you're going to explain with valid, supporting material. When you talk about something, if you are very clear that happened, otherwise it's a point for the rebuttal speaker to attack on that evidence which you put forward. So you should be very careful. Do not give any vague information where the rebuttal speaker is going to catch that and is going to say that you are not clear about your own argument, saying that this is the evidence you give. We can't believe this. How we can believe this is not happening in this world? Something else is finished. Should be very careful when giving the evidence. So we focus on the arguments, mainly 3 arguments, and other when you build the case, make sure that it is supported very well. The point number 1, the point number 2, and point number 3, and that should be logically, it should be linked, and you should follow a pattern, so that you are able to convince the audience that your position on the subject is right. And think about in a different perspective. There is nothing called right or wrong answer. Okay, so it is just like a different perspective. What perspective you look into the subject is very important, and how you are going to convince the audience that this is the perspective. We believe in this perspective because of these reasons. The main arguments 1, 2, 3, and now we are going to build the whole case and present it in front of the audience. It's not the judge is not going to this is the right answer, wrong answer. This is not what they are looking for. So the argument, the 3 things are the core thing: the argument, logic, organization. Argument, logic, and organization. Just focus on these 3 things. And your time, you don't have the luxury of time, you have only 3 minutes and 2 minutes for summarization. So you should be very smart in doing that. Arguments, logic, organization. So that's why the organization prescriptive restate. So when you build the case, you are going to state your team's position on the subject. At the end, you are going to restate. The rebuttal speaker also going to restate your stand, and the summarizing speaker is going to speak of the same way, going to state the position and restate at the end. So the 3 to 4, 5 times you are going to state that you believe on the topic for the motion. Your team will for the motion because of this reasoning and this. Right?
Can I just give a brief of some topics, how it will be? Because what I know is some topics directly we know who is the winner is. The topic is such like
It's your luck.
Yes.
Sometimes this topic, you can both team can do a justice on this topic. That's why I selected this topic. There's a different perspective. You can present a different perspective argument on this topic. But there are some topics it's very difficult to win. When you get the topic itself, this is for the motion it will go. It's very difficult to bring it, the negative arguments. Yeah, that is just purely your luck. So let's do the debate. Who is the team? We have 2 teams. And the moderator for this mock debate session is Toastmaster Mahendran. He is going to lead the mock session. And Mahendran, please take this. That's the topic. We gave is education is the only way to success. That is the topic. And he will toss the coin and decide who will be for the motion and who is against the motion. And we will do a break. How long you need? 10 minutes is fine. Don't say after that I have today is only we have the debate. You want 10 minutes, both it's fine. 15 minutes you want, I'm okay with it. But we need to do justice to what we learn. And we have to, myself and Siddhartha will be the judges, will be judging, and at the end, we will select the winner, and then we will give our feedback and how does we have done. So that will conclude, and we'll have a question and answer session, we can do it. So with that, I will hand over to Dr. Sampath.
Good evening, Toastmaster. Good evening. Hope you all understood the debate education session. Normally, when the debate comes, we will get heat up and start. Here, we are going to train with cool, composed mind how to read it with solid evidence. Try to learn as much as possible. It's only a mock-up. So be ready. So we have a team. Team A, Toastmaster Shushanto, Toastmaster Saudkan, Toastmaster Ravi. Team B, Toastmaster Reshmi, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Shahar. So all are ready. Do you know the timing? Yeah. Speaker opening 3 minutes, rebuttal 3 minutes, and the summarize you will get only 2 minutes. For the 3 minutes speech, you will get 2 minutes in green, 2.5 minutes amber, 3 minutes red, and then 10 minutes is a base. 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a base. Same for the closing session, only 2 minutes. So 1 minute is a green, 1.5 minutes amber, 2 minutes is a red, 10 seconds as well as a base. So all the teams are ready.
Yes.
Who is going to be?
Before 2 weeks, she has to log into Zoom account.
Yes. So we are going to just
inform Ismail that she will log
Toastmaster Ismail, please allow Toastmaster Shahana to join and prepare a background room.
Right. Okay. I haven't seen the invite. Like she's not in the waiting room, right?
She's going to join.
Okay.
So
Okay, Sam.
I have a coin, 50 pills. Team leader. Team leader. This is head. Are you able to see my screen, right? This is head and this is tail. Okay. So Toastmaster Shushanto, Toastmaster Reshmi. Which one you want? Head or tail? Yes.
Head, rest me to head for me.
Congratulations. Toastmaster Shushanto. Education is the only way to success. Toastmaster Shushanto team is going to for the topic. Toastmaster Reshmi team is going to against the topic. The timer, can you please start the timing? Breakout room.
Let's start the breakout room and then.
Yeah, let's start the breakout room.
Right. Toastmaster Shahana is not here still.
Yeah, she's joining.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she logged in. Can you check now?
Yes, she's here.
Mahendran, can you please unshare the screen?
Please move them into the breakout room.
Toastmaster Shahana is not visible.
Yeah, she's there already.
From which name? Okay.
Same name, Shana.
Shahana Abdul Shakur.
Assigned.
So the breakout room is ready, right?
Yeah. Yes, you can join now.
No, who is the room 1 and who is the room 2? Is it team A, room 1?
There is only room 1. there is only room 1. Toastmaster Shankar, you have not joined here. Toastmaster Resmi and Shahan are there.
Okay, let me join the debate. Thank
Yeah,
you.
please do.
Time is for the time. 10 minutes. Time is up.
So, Toastmaster Mahendra.
Yes.
Okay, now on your indication, I will close all rooms.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Last year we did not have session, like debate session. Last year we had.
We have 6 sessions, 7 sessions.
Previous, I got one topic. I have to speak against that.
You are happy in that.
Fun topics. I am a science student, but going against maths. Last year, I know I chose the topic, but I know that last year we were online everybody.
Yeah.
I don't remember having a debate. We did not have, we had it previous year. How did I? Maybe at that time when I was. Not all 5 areas. This is a very long time back. I took a session and he sent PDF. Same thing only. This is very not too much.
Yes.
This is very, yeah, very.
No, that's why I said just to see the difference. Last year we had the differences. I think I had it.
It's different than this one.
This one.
This is different. Last year I didn't do it.
No, last year for the.
Very different. This is better. This was better.
That was even quite good. It was quite good. I think when I joined, I got the slides. I have still I have it to find it. Small packet. I remember, but I have it small. Speaker. How the mark did.
Only that's only that. But this is better. That goes to the listening and cutting and yeah. This is not too much of this. So very little and then how far is very clearly.
Yes, yes. So people are saying that there is no exception check.
The main arguments support substantive and make sure that what is substantive should be clear evidence. I will not like the then
but somehow we went in that session, saying it was small. She was spoken to someone next to me. He said it's better to do.
more the evidence evidence is more conviction and
they don't have
maybe the evidence, maybe one or two, maybe they should be able to do it all. These are the strategies. Yeah, that's why adding more arguments is just here to weaken your more opportunity to But no, actually, those who are, since I have something new, I am able to do a good job. So this kind of sessions, you need to keep it in your store. This session, maybe 2000 or something, as a session from Hariharan, and I took it, I kept it because I find it is the most beautiful ever I attended a session. This kind of things, we should keep it in stock. Tomorrow, you have to do an education session. Focus more on what is my opinion is like instead of me have to give education sessions. Focus on what your expert course. You should be able to start doing it. But see, no, are you convinced about this? But so I will just send you, just keep it. Next year, I want you to give, not this club, some other club. No, it's in that way you should start. No, this is how you should support with other clubs. Like once you have a, see, this is very clear. Not your speaking ability, even the slide is very clear and it's logically possible. It's very cool. You can do. Do you think it is not the same way? What I did, you cannot speak like this. You have fun with that. Why can't you do it? You used to also do more education. Please don't call me anything. No. I mean to say, like the sessions, you should have a collection. I've done recently moments of truth. I took the slide from I asked for the you have so much collection. So he just borrowed it. I customized it my own way for the club. Which club? So in that one, they say first you have to send a survey. Get the survey results to you, and then you have to be. Second one, movements of truth is a climate here. It's the first information. There are two parts. One for the new member and guest. Other one is the quality. So the new member experience, the new members, relatively new members. For example, we have 10 new members. Their input is very important. But the existing members, they will talk about the quality, second part about quality and product. So I know what is the quality? Then you'll have to present it to the EXCOM or the EXCOM. We have only more. Take action. Take action. Yes. These are the points that we see. Ismail?
Yes, sir.
Please announce 1 minute more before you break.
Yes, I have sent the message. I broadcasted the message. Toastmaster Arif.
Yes, Toastmaster.
Did you receive any message saying 1 minute left?
No, it will go only to those who are in the breakout room.
Okay.
It was displaying, and not in the chat box, but there was some blue message. It was popping.
Okay.
They are getting involved.
That's why 1 minute left.
They will be more
Yes,
interested
that's what I wrote. Thank you, Toastmaster Batabi.
because it's good.
So that was only 50%.
No, how we can, here, all the purpose is just giving this kind of sessions.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry.
Toastmaster Mahendran.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you have set the timer, right?
Yes, it's time's up.
Okay, no, I cannot do anything. But just saying, yeah, all breakout rooms will be closed in 38 seconds. I believe you have said that, right?
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
so but I don't have any button as of accessible right now. So 29 seconds.
When you see the timer should be able to.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's doing what?
Yeah,
There also. Also, the team member should be sitting somewhere here. They should be able to see where they will sit. So then we have to focus that laptop to them so that they should be able to see.
Okay, cool.
And I think when they speak, we have to open the doors. Yeah, we will use this one.
No, now you can close it.
I can close it.
Yeah, now you came up with the breakout room. What's the breakout? You're going to summarize. Should we consider speaker one, speaker two? Chair or? Yeah, sit in the chair. Speaker one, they will be able to see because otherwise they don't feel.
Yeah. Feel like a fighting.
Yes.
Yeah. Toastmaster. Yes. Sit on the last chair. You sit on the middle chair. As per the sequence. I'll be the opening speaker. Speaker one. Toastmaster Rafiq will be the debater. And Toastmaster South Khan will be the summary. You are giving an hour.
She's out.
Yes. See, the structure always is supporting the
Actually, one of them.
The logic points part. But yeah, how many
Toastmaster Reshmi.
Yes.
Reshmi, who is going to offer the speech?
Yeah, I'm taking a screen. Actually, I think I have to open second. No, I have to open second, right?
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
who's opening and who's a debater? That's not sure.
this is who is going to yes.
Team one is here, right?
Yes.
Team one is here.
Exactly. Good evening once again. Please put your hand together and with a thundering applause. Today we are going to good to hear a thundering sound after a long time. So we are going to have our mock debate session. The topic of today's session is education is the only way to success. Okay? Education is the only way to success. Promotion this topic from TA. Toastmaster Shushanto is going to be open. Toastmaster Rafiq is going to rebuttal, and Toastmaster Saud Khan is going to be a conclusion, the conclusion part. In team B, Toastmaster Reshmi is going to open the speech. Toastmaster Shankar is going to rebuttal. Toastmaster Shahana is going to conclude the speech. So again, I would like to call for the motion team A, Toastmaster Shushanto on the stage. Please put your hands together and something applause.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Today, we are for the motion. Education is the only way of your success. Why it is required? Education will give what? To be a successful man. You need very three things to be a successful man. Knowledge and recognition of the knowledge and networking. When I'm talking about knowledge, whatever the subject you are, say for example, I'm an engineer. How I become engineer? I have to go to the engineering college to become engineer. That is where I will get the knowledge on the subject, what I'm going to be a successful man in the future. You might say that Albert Einstein, he was dropout. But later stage he was going to the university to get a PhD. So he felt that the knowledge is the most important thing to be a successful man. And one more important thing, the validation of the knowledge. I can take anywhere from an engineering certificate. How it is going to be validated? For that, you need a reputed university. And that reputed university will give you the opportunity to increase your networking and to become a successful man, a successful engineer, or a successful doctor, or a successful lawyer. And to be the successful man after you finish your education. How will you be the successful man? You have to find a channel where he will be an engineer and he will be in the profession. For that, you need the network. Where will you get the network? Where the thousands of brilliant students and the talented professor are being gathered in the university. I got selected by Tata Steel from my campus because I was one of the best. I was in one of the best engineering university in my state, where it was known that the good companies will be going there to recruit the best students. So my friend, be very clear about this. There is no other way other than to be a successful man to go for the education. So if you go for the university, if you go for a educational system, you will earn your knowledge and accreditation of your knowledge and the good networking. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to move on to the team B, who is going to against the motion of today's topic. First, I would like to call Toastmaster Reshmi on the screen. Toastmaster Reshmi, are you able to pin the timer?
Yes, I can.
Toastmaster Satish.
Can I start? Yeah.
Yes.
Here it is the picture.
No, it's disconnected.
It's a back screen.
Disconnect. You got disconnect the presentation. We get see it. Yeah.
Yeah, more better. I think it's better. Yeah, because
You can keep your mobile or you can,
Yeah,
you
more
can
better,
use
yeah.
both your hands.
And cannot don't need to move actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how we are going to do also. in the-
Yes.
in the-
Okay, no. She's right on the screen.
Share the screen.
Toastmaster Mahendran,
Yeah.
are both of the laptops there placed together, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, if they are far, I would suggest maybe you can unmute the one on near the stage and mute the other one facing towards audience.
Yes. Yeah. The stage is yours, Toastmaster.
Thank you, moderator. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Education is not the key to success, but wisdom and knowledge are the key to success. Our debate topic tonight is education is the only way to success. Me and my team strongly believe against this notion. Education is defined as the process of teaching, such as in a school. Attending you to school doesn't assure to have a successful life, right? Also, in any of our school education, life skill is not included. Hence, it is not the only way to success because there are various of ways how to succeed in life. Millions of higher degree recipients make less during their careers than people who dropped out of the high school. And millions who never finished their high school make huge impact and load of money. It does not prepare us for what we need in real life or everyday life. It had nothing to do with the success of those people that choose to take another path rather than the typical one, that is the education. People can be successful in any field with the right skills. Book learning has a lot to do with the knowledge of a person, but not with the skills of a person has. There are many A+ graduates that they don't have any job or stuck within the workplace and they have nothing to do with their degree. A numerous amount of students in the college care more about the degrees that the knowledge with some graduate, and they have forgotten everything what they learned at also. So there was a college degree with little knowledge and no skills. Can a person succeed like that? No. That is why education is not the key to success. People cannot just go to the college and expect that passing classes will get them to succeed. The main thing a person needs to order to success is drive, motivation, and passion. He or she has to know what their end goal is and what they need to get it. The business tycoon Dhirubhai Ambani, who founded Reliance Industries, was not a bookish. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, under whose captainship India has won the World Cup in 2011, was not a scholar. National award-winning actor Akshay Kumar failed in an examination. There are plenty of great personalities who were not decided towards the studies, but have achieved huge success. So being bookish doesn't always take you to the world of success. See the example of Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. They are not succeeded in life with their formal education or degree, PG certificates, whatever it is. Although they do not have any diploma or graduation in the university, they can still run their business very well, earn huge sum, and in the list of top 5 in the world. Let me conclude. You are not going to become automatically successful because of you have a college degree. It takes much more than that to be successful. You must be ambitious, driven, disciplined, and passionate. With this reason, me and my team strongly believe education is not the way to the success, and I would like to request the audience to vote against this motion. And over to you, moderator.
Thank you, Dr. Suresh. Now, I would like to call Toastmaster Shankar against the motion to rebuttal for the motion. Toastmaster Shankar, this stage is yours.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Our team's slogan is education is not the key to success. Wisdom and knowledge are the key to success. My rebuttal speech is aimed at seasoning our respected opponent team members on their perception of education is the only way to succeed in life. Let me pick the 3 highlights presented by the opening speaker of Team A. He said knowledge, second recognition of the knowledge, and third is networking. Unfortunately, all the 3 important points cited by the speaker doesn't fall under the umbrella or purview of education. Can knowledge be acquired only by education? No, education is one of the medium to acquire knowledge. There are so many ways one can acquire knowledge. What are the other ways to acquire knowledge? People can do a repetitive task. They can still acquire good amount of knowledge, and they can become master of their topic. We have seen so many uneducated people across the world. Take the example of 4 or 5 decades ago, how people got educated. Is it through or how the people got knowledge? Is it through the education or doing their work repeatedly so that they can become master? Even what we are doing in Toastmasters, we are trying to practice our speaking skills so that one day we all become masters in our speech. And second point highlighted by the speaker was recognition of knowledge. Recognition, exactly, this is a point our respected opponent team member misaligned, that knowledge recognition is based on the output work given by any individuals. So if that, not necessarily from the education, through any other means. And networking is not education. Networking is a soft skill. How we communicate with our society, let it be in work or in personal, that is going to influence our success. So with this, I request all the team members to vote for our motion, that a motion which is against the education is the only path to success. Thank you very much.
Now, we are going to call our third speaker, Toastmaster Rafi, who is going to rebuttal that against of the topic.
Dear judges and worthy opponent, with due respect, whatever the points were being discussed by my opponent team are baseless, and there have been few statements which has been given without any concrete evidence. As my opponent fellow mentioned that motivation, there were some words which has been spoken like motivations, discipline, and skills. So I have one question: is where you will get these skills? The only place where you will learn these skills is university or your college. So you cannot learn these skills or these disciplines at your home. You have to go to some place where you can get some kind of education, whether it's a primary school, it's a university, or it's a high secondary school. The second things, there were some names which were spoken by my opponent team, like Bill Gates, Rockefeller. So let me correct your information regarding the Steve Jobs. He studied in the Reed College. After his first semester, he left the college. Why? Because he went to India to learn some Eastern religions. So he was there in the college. It's not like that he was not in the college. He was in the college, but he skipped it just to learn some more thing and just to pursue his future, or just to learn some new things in India. He went over there. My opponent team mentioned that Rockefeller or Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg. For the Steve Jobs or for the Bill Gates, when he was sitting in the university, he found an article over there, and from that article, he gets so many ideas which he pursue in the future and become a well-known person. So it's not like that he was not in the university. He was in the university, but the motivation that he got from in the university, it was his source that make him means a famous person in the future. So with all these evidence, with all these data, I believe that education is the only key to success, and without education, you cannot move ahead with a brilliant future. Thank you.
Now, we're going to call third speaker, Toastmaster Shahan, going to speak, conclude, or against the motion.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Just like my team members had stated, we mean education is not only the way to success, it is wisdom and knowledge which help you to succeed in your life. Ma'am Rashmi had stated also that education is a process of teaching. But when we look more into the formal education these days, what we have, we don't see many of the life skills being taught there. If you need to move forward in your life, if you need to attain certain things, life skills like emotional regulations, life skills like personal finances, these are the things which we attain with our personal experience. It is only the experience that teaches you, or it is the outside world and the knowledge, everyone together, the society that teaches you how to tackle all these things. Now, people can be successful when a person gets all these skills together, and when he is able to apply the knowledge he has got and the skills together. Just like we have heard about what Albert Einstein has said, everyone is a genius, but when we try to analyze a fish by its climbing skill, then the fish is gonna think it is stupid or idiot throughout the life. But depending on a person, individual life skills, when these things are developed, the person attains success. Now, we also saw several famous personalities. It is, if we look around in our life, our parents, even the elderly people we had, they have also attained success, not just with education, but a life skill.
Thank you. Now, we come to the end. The end speaker is going to conclude their points for the motion of today's topic. So, for South.
Hi, good evening, dear Toastmaster, my fellow colleagues, my teammates, my opponent partners. I'm over here to summarize my team's subject on the education plays an important role. As you have seen, as you heard, my team leader, Toastmaster Mr. Sushanto, had put forward and emphasized that knowledge and education plays an important role to get success. Where will we get this success? See, he had given a good example about Albert Einstein. Recognition and knowledge plays important role once you have your education. Education plays, without education, how will be having awareness, how we are going to face the world, how we will face the world. So education plays important role. It emphasizes the needs required in upcoming professional career. Along with that, my teammate, Mr. Ravi also put forward some good examples that motivation and skill you can learn from in school, colleges, skills, how you get the skills, motivations. It's really good, what you said is right. Your motivation skills, you get to know the tacticals, what you will learn from school, how to handle the forthcoming challenges, you learn from school, colleges, universities, universities. So I put forward and close this I would like to summarize and conclude formally emphasizing my team leaders, Susanto's base that education plays an important role and is key to success. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for a wonderful debate session today. Give 2 minutes silence for final voting. What's product? What did you learn?
Hi, good evening to all. This debate is really, what I can say, is very good, and the opponent party, Mr. Schmid, once he talked about the education, the part is not only the way of success. So I agreed on it, and there are so many examples on behalf of it. So it is a very good session and good debate. So I support Rashmi that education is not only there, here success. Thank you.
Yeah, your experience. I'll just ask you the experience. What you learned today, how you feel the debate is, what is in your mind when you hear the debate, and after the session, what you learned.
I find seeing the same debate and literally being behind the podium, giving a debate. This is an experience where a very good free experience to a debate. One need to really think their feet, structure, organize, deliver their points in a convincing way.
Thank you. There is something that you have to be very cool and calm. The reason is that normally when we start arguing and debating, we get tense. Though we are right or wrong, we want to show no, we are right. With very anger and without providing any solid evidence. Somehow we want to win the situation. But now, once you be in the Toastmaster, you are going to learn how to debate with cool and composed mind, providing with substantial support.
I would like to say one point. With this session, what we had today, the DTM, Sujith, and what we had with you, I learned two things when in the professional career in the office as well. Rather than getting arguing, we can have a debatable with solid evidences and go in a conclusive process more manner. And within the team as well, we can also have similar pattern as well. As the first tagline was that we need to debate rather than settling down, settling without being debating. So it's a good thing, within the team and within the departments. Yeah. That's a learning point I had today.
Exactly. And when you start debating, you have to train your mind. You have to encourage your mind to debate rather than getting angry.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing that I learned today. Siddharth. Yes. I would like to ask the Professor.
Good evening, Toastmaster Mahendra.
What's your experience?
Yes, good evening, Toastmasters and my fellow debate components. And today's session was wonderful, very clear training from our DTM Sujith, then followed by this mock debate session. Each and everyone's participation was very nice, and we feel that how enthusiastic they are in getting and learning new things. Preparation was very good. It's like felt like they understand the question and then how the sequence. They were very clear about that. But still, I request DTM to one more time just to give the outline. What are the learning from each and everyone's speech? Where and all they missed it, or what are the good points? Just you can highlight. Then it will be an easy or added advantage for those debate participants. Other than that, the session was awesome. Good experience. Thanks a lot and best wishes for the entire team.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Patavi, Toastmaster Ashwani, Toastmaster Nirjara. You can come forward to share your experience today.
Actually, this is the first time I am attempting attending the debate session, because I missed out the session which was done last weekend by DTM Hariharan. So I was thinking because yesterday when they called me, you have to participate in this today debate. Then I said, no, I cannot, because first I need to let me understand what is the concept, how it works before I attempt. But now DTM Sujith made it very easy for all the participants, very well explained. So now I'm thinking why I missed the opportunity. Even I sent a message to, Reshmi. So I missed a really opportunity to participate in today's session. So of us, one or the other way, we are, facing a lot of challenges, especially the debate. But we take it in the negative sense most of the time, get into some kind of argument instead of making your opinion as strong as with, South, Toastmaster South said, valid evidence and with proper validation. That is how you can win the debate. Winning or losing, it doesn't matter. At least you should have the, courage to attempt this kind of debate. At least you gain some kind of knowledge. But today, I'm really looking forward to learn from all the participants, especially waiting for the announcement of what is going to happen. I think there are also some learning points we can take as an input for our future debate session. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity. All the best for the debate contestants who come forward, because the first time whoever is coming on the stage, they should have a really good courage. Otherwise, they cannot stand in front of others, especially they are the one to open the session. So really, good attempt from Shushanto and Reshmi and all other contestants. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to call our moderator, DTM Sujith, to announce the result and give his feedback on how our speakers have performed. Please give him a thundering applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahendra, for being a wonderful moderator for today's mock debate session. It was very nice and all the team members very involved and done a wonderful job. But let us summarize after the so today's winner for the debate mock session is Team B. And the Shankar. So, as you see, I can see the good smile on Krishna's face. You are the winner, Rishmi. How do you feel that the champion of today's mock session? Can you share your feedback? Being the captain of your team, and what are the plan and plots you discussed and how you, when we would like to know, please share with us.
As the main debate is actually on the way, how can they reveal a secret? Okay, jokes apart. Actually, we got a statement only. So what we have to speak against or for the motion, it is not known for us. But so we prepare for the both. And actually, the team itself is formed today. That is also a big challenge for us. But anyway, we made it in the short time. Also, your education session is also very helpful for us. So how the points we have to summarize and how the how it happens and the timing and everything, how where we have to stop, conclude, and where how to open, like that. And that's it. That's all.
Thank you so much for Seeker sharing your secret with us. Thank you so much. Let's discuss. Before I give my feedback, I invite my colleague Sudhakar to share his feedback. My feedback will be a little more critical, and I will not do my question on that. So let's listen for him. Okay, first and then I'll come back.
Thank you, DTM Sujith, for this opportunity to share my views on this mock debate. It's a very good start for me to be a part of this mock-up. The openings were very well done. I was very particularly impressed with both the openings, not only team 1 and team 2. Both the openings were very good. That is where the positive energy started for both the teams. And the most important is rebuttal, and that is where there will be a difference. Of course, the topic is good for both the teams. DTM Sujith has selected a very good topic, and rebuttal with proofs. That is where the most important aspect is, and there I find a little bit deviation. So, and that is what I found the difference between. And last week about the closing, yes, the most important aspect is do not deviate from your two speakers. Your team two speakers have spoken in front of you. The closing speakers have to follow. Don't bring anything else from outside. As it was conveyed in the education session, but there are deviations. That is what my observation is. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sujith. And then let me give my feedback on how we are going today. The first of all, the topic is education is the only way to success. So, in my perspective, first I was expecting that define education, define success. What is success? What is education? So, whenever you get a topic, try to each word, because it's just like it's a sentence. So you can just break down this sentence into words and analyze each word carefully. What is education? What is success? If you define what is correlating these two in between, is the only way. So try to identify the key word in the debate. Is it the only way? No, you should, if you can define education, define success, and you ask the audience, is the education is the only way? Or you can see defining these two in your own perspective, you should be able to say education is the only way. So that is a good way of starting the debate. With a strong stance that you define that's a different perspective. Each and everything has got a different perspective. So define your perspective of education, define your perspective of success. Because both the teams are a little bit confused about education or not, and they were talking about knowledge and skill and other things and motivation and other things. I find it little of deviation here and there, where our topic is straight away education, success, and is it the only way? So even you involve your discussion, what Rashmi has, give the feedback is like that with the topic they've prepared for and against both. So have a thorough study on the topic, for the topic and against the topic, and then come up with an argument. Now, my question to the team one is, what is your argument supporting that education is the only way to success? He said is knowledge. Then he said is deviated. He never say the argument is knowledge. Then the other party he will tell whether the knowledge and education is two different things. Yes, you gain knowledge. That's where the team B has got scored. They said that yes, education gives you knowledge. Is it the only way you get the knowledge? Yes. So when you discuss on certain things, the plus and minus, whether your argument is weak or strong, that you have to analyze. And that is the team coordination should, you should have a debate within your team. When your team members say, okay, this is what is your main argument? 1, 2, 3. These three arguments, is it strong or weak? The other rebuttal speaker of the opponent team, whether they will attack on this point or not. This is something which is very crucial. And secondly, how you are going to support, the explanation, and then you support. So the explanation was good. Like we put forward the knowledge, and then he supported with explanation and other things. But again, how many evidence or how many examples you are able to give? You should be able to 2, 3, 4, 5. Education is the only way to key to success. Mahatma Gandhi, he got educated in South Africa. He came back and he fought. This is not the success is different. Education, what is the background which you have it?
which will help you to success. It is not in the same again the same stream. And also which I have noticed in the team one, you spoke about your own story, right? And one more, Einstein. These were the two supporting things. So fine, you shared your own story, but the evidence, I will say, you need to add more evidence, because conviction and belief, the audience should believe, but might not, the audience might not, they will believe with what I call is the obvious and salient. That is one word I mentioned, the obvious and salient. So that is where they will be able to, if you are bringing in Mother Teresa, APJ Abdul Kalam, whatever it is there. No, you have to bring in those examples, not Mother Teresa. You have to bring in those examples which will support education. So, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, you can bring it in, APJ Abdul Kalam, you can bring it in, you can bring it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it should follow a pattern. And then, so the argument number 1 should be supported by 1, 2, 3, for example. Then you put for the next argument. So you have only one argument, I will say. So what is your next argument? And the third argument. So 1 or 2 arguments you have to support in such a way that your stance is strong. So this is my point of view. And the deviation side, Toastmaster Shahana and summarization, you added a lot of points where you didn't restate your position at the end. And you didn't involve the rebuttal speaker of your team. You started with the building the case, then it totally deviated, and then you have a lot of ideas within you should have contributed for the introduction. Those ideas which you gave at the end should be part of the introductory speech, rather than adding it. So you never get a time to how you rebuttal. You didn't never say about that. How effective was your rebuttal speaker, and you didn't restate your stance at the end. So totally the summarization was very weak from the team B, but they scored in the building the case and the rebuttal. So that's why where the content is 70, the delivery is there. But again, this is another point is the delivery. I'm not happy with the way you delivered totally, because I think Mahendra has given that he should be very soft spoken and other things, and he is very nice to all, and you all followed that one. So I will say this is still, it's a competition, it's a debate. You need to raise your voice and with energy. I never find any energy in the debate. Bring it in energy. That's why we give you this podium for you. Why can't I use it? Energy. You see, we, our team, strongly believe that education is not. You have to have that kind of feel and energy and enthusiasm. This is not like you are opposing someone else, but you are, the believability and conviction that we never had a feel that you are convinced in your own stance. So at least from your gestures and your words are powerful. You need to have that sense that the end, the concluding part, you should just see, we really strongly believe that. So this will give some, will add some brownie points for for making it very strong. You will find this in the competition. And you never said that, oh, we are not being taught in this way. And we have been taught in the
I believe the next one will be more energetic and
more banging.
Yes, more. You should say, my dear, what you are, how you can say that? You got confused with the topic from the beginning. You are talking about education or you are talking about knowledge. My dear friend, we are not talking about that. This is not a debate on knowledge is the only way to success. So, I mean to say that, my dear audience, my worthy opponent is in our team. I feel that he is in our team. Our team believe that knowledge is the only way, and he also stated that. Thank you so much for sharing your thought. Then you are totally gone. So this is the way you should bring. Why didn't bring all these things? We are not going to put him down. Rather, that we are exposing his weakness. Your area is weak. How are you going to see? Totally you confused with the it is knowledge or education. You confuse, and you didn't able to substantiate with clear evidence. So this will give a clear edge on it. So this is the way you should give the rebuttal, and this is the way the summarization is the last opportunity for a winning chance. Use that one as a sense. I rest my case.
saying that education is not the only way to success. So you stress that not the only way. So this kind of, so that is the vocal variety. How, as a judge, how can I value the voice at the delivery part? So now you have understood, I think, clearly where are the weak areas where we can, concentrate more on. But as he mentioned, Southland mentioned, definitely what we learn here is argument style, not for our work or at home. To create problems. But as you mentioned, is correct. The evidence,
the way we put up.
correct.
No, usually in the office we fight. I'm not going to fight. I will have
Right,
the evidence is solid.
Exactly.
Then I'm going to close it. No, this is the.
Share your viewpoint,
Yeah.
substantiate with evidence, not only 1, 2, 3, 5, and you convince your boss. Maybe we have an idea, but they don't accept your idea. Why? Because they're not convinced. They don't believe you because they might doubt maybe this will work or not. So you have to convince. So the debating is a very good skill, even in personal professional front. It will help you. You're right. Thank you so much. I think anything you want to ask a question to
Because normally what the HR manager myself we always start and good argument will evidence.
No,
So here
my evidence is very strong.
So that is what he is talking about.
No, today is giving more positivity. No, how are you to argue? No.
Since it is a contest, I'm saying, the energy of other things. Don't show your energy of things at your workplace.
No, there is one thing is that I'm always aggressive, so I'll not be aggressive now. But in more pushing the points.
Yeah.
Evidences.
Okay, thank you so much.
I just found this is that the speakers and all speakers, they just try to demo the person. Yes.
What you open
What you open is fine, but our team opener.
No, he can continue because they have been used with the Toastmasters also.
Sorry.
You can take the names. You can see Toastmaster Sushanto, my friend Toastmaster Sushanto was I put the argument and I don't, you can
name.
no, instead of the worthy opponent, you can say worthy opponent, or you can take the name also fine, because you have been introduced with the names.
Okay.
In the box.
Something about summarization. They have speed it up. But we have.
Oh, what about the timing? We need to know the timing. Whether they have utilized the time or not.
Yes, fully utilized.
Huh?
All are qualified.
All are fully utilized.
Yeah, all are utilized. Overshoot? No overshoot.
Yeah, Shahana, actually you have to follow this slide and will send you. Now you understood. Yes, while speaking you understood.
Yeah. After getting on there, once I spelled it out, suddenly it strikes me that I'm going out of it. But I can't take it back.
Yeah.
Then I can't take it
I can share my experience. When I attended that competition in Sharjah, I did the same mistake what Toastmasters Hana did.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was also.
I did the same mistake.
Same mistake.
I was at the conclusion and I was
Adding
I was a rebuttal to the others.
Yes, you are doing the rebuttal and also adding new points and other things. Only then you are out of the competition. You should be very careful in summary. And ultimately, you should be the rebuttal speaker and the summarizing speaker should have a very good listening skill. Both of them, the point is the rebuttal speaker has to listen to the building the case, the first the introduction. But it's more difficult for the summarizing. Only 2 minutes. Listen to the first speaker, second speaker of the same team. Focus only on that. Don't focus on the other opposing team. Focus on your introduction, your rebuttal, and summarize within 2 minutes. Is very challenging.
1 minute more than sufficient. You have just read out what are the things.
Maybe after 3-4 sessions, we take part. Maybe we will come to a stage where we can.
Right.
More
So
informative.
this is the first what
Maybe that time we may not.
I appreciate. He said it is a pre, pre-debate. This is a pre-debate. Don't take it as this is a pre-debate. We have a contest is going to happen.
Yes.
So the same team will get an advantage. You understand. So you practice, discuss with your team members, and then both the sides, and then the argument 1, 2. How many? 1, 2, 3 supporting the example. So you need to have a clear and then whether this argument will be refuted. or the rebuttal speaker, is it weak or strong? You have to analyze and try to submit the
Wonderful evaluation and wonderful debating session. With that, we conclude our debate session. I would like to call our president to close.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahindra. How did you enjoy today?
Really, super.
Beautiful. Good energy levels from all of us. Yes. Always we enjoy debate sessions. I still remember 2 years ago, whatever debates I have participated in, I still remember those topics, and I still remember the mistakes what I had did. The more mistakes we do, the better we are prepared for the main event. The main event will be the club event, followed by the area event, and then followed by the division event. So there is a lot of way to go, but today what we missed is, as DTM Sujith identified, the moment debate session is completed, we are supposed to take the timer's report. With his seniority, he already covered it, but it was in the agenda, right? We are supposed to, and we missed it. I apologize for that. And I would like to hear from our timer about his experience today, because he did not get a chance to talk. So I would like to ask him his opinion.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. And I think no one guessed it. I think I miss one thing. I miss action scene in this debate. No punching on the mediator, no slapping, throwing the chase. But it is very good. It is very good experience to us. Very politely they manage each teams were take their statements and they believe in their statement. They use very polite words also. Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Satish. We have planned, I think I have sent already the plan for our debate sessions coming 21st. We, instead of a table topic in our regular meeting, we thought of having a debate session if things are going forward. I need answers now. Yeah. That's good. And then after that, since we have to plan to catch up the area contest, so our club contest has to happen before that. So to have our club contest, we have to prepare our Toastmasters for the debate. So we have planned a full-scale debating session on 28th of September. I will take attendance, but I hope you all will be interested in the special debate day. There will be 4 debate topics, so all teams will be involved. We have selected 6 teams. I have already sent the teams. So you have to start interacting with that because you have to build the team and decide who will be the opener, who will be the rebuttal, and who will be the closing. We have team members with seniority, mid-level, and young people. So we have divided the teams accordingly. In case if you have any difficulties, please do come to me. We will try to adjust it. Yeah. We have 6 teams, selected 6 teams. 6 into 3 is 18. So 18 Toastmasters will be fighting for 3 places, who will be representing our club in the area contest. So we will have a club debate. We will announce the winning team, but winning team is not the one who will be representing, who may not be representing our club. We will take the best of all the 18 members, and we will take 3 members from 18 and plus 1 as a backup. So those 4 people will be
individual score matters.
Individual score matters. Each and every debate matters. Yes. So please do your best. And last announcement is,
As last week we have announced, juice. Yes, this is a non-profit organization. Again, I am repeating it. Yes, we have to pay the bills to the hotel and to Zoom. All these bills are coming up. We have to pay. We have given a deadline of 30th September, and even I did not start paying. I will be paying it in the next week, but for sure, you will get a message tomorrow morning, early morning. I am waiting for this event to close so that we can start focusing on the next item. And then we will be taking up next week's meeting also for the role plays. Whoever wants the roles, please come forward for the projects and role plays all. Tomorrow I will open it again. Yes. And if you want, you can start sending messages now itself. You can reserve your role plays. Yes. And last again, once again, please pay your bills by 30th September. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
What is the debate topic next?
No, yes, one important announcement. No debate topics will be revealed first. Today, as a mock-up, DTM Sujith was very kind enough. He gave up 1 day in advance, but debate topics will be given a 15-minute advance notice, and that's it.
Yeah, I think they also.
We have to prepare it for the area notice.
They do it before.
First one.
First one, they will give an
Yeah,
advance.
but eventually it will end up, we'll see. Yes.
Otherwise, they will not be- So the first one, we will give 1 day in advance or just 1 day? 1 day.
One day in advance. Okay, we will say, and before going to the final, we will not give.
But here also, the first round we will give, the second one we will give like
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay.
The third round finals, maybe it is the first, second, and third round should be there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. So the first round, second round, semi-finals and finals. So the semi-finals and finals will be 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
I will-
The main one will be-
Yeah, just wondering if we can get it done.
Okay, good night all. Online people, bye, good night.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Yes.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.